babes, listen. It's time to jump on into it with your pals Nat and Jess and catch up on all things women's health and fitness.
Hello. Did you just swallow as I said? Hello, everybody. As I say that, Jess does this big, gulp.
I think I got nervous all of a sudden.
Did you? Why?
Maybe, I don't know.
Do you get nervous?
Because I'm sitting on a different side today.
It's because we both have pimples on the other.
Well,
on the
it's actually worked out quite well because
mine is on the right and yours is on the left.
On the left, so we switched it over. So if you're watching the filming of this,
you won't see it. Actually, you'll probably see mine.
Our skin
looks
massive.
It's
amazing.
It's an extension to my lip, honestly. It's been going on for too long.
How long has it been going on for?
Oh, honestly, feels like 3 years. I'm just kidding.
Hasn't been 3 weeks, though.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. How you been? How's the week been? Have you thought about your answer yet? A bit of dust there.
Thanks. Yeah, good. I have had, today has actually been busy enough. I went for a run with Anna this morning.
Oh, that's right. How was that?
It was really good. I loved it. You know what? I don't think I've ever been running with anyone else.
What?
When I run,
Never.
I usually do it by myself.
But you've never run with someone else?
I don't think I've ever run with, I walk with other people a lot. I've never gone for a run. I think maybe because I think, how will I talk and run? But it was really, yeah. But do you know what? You just slow the pace down a little bit.
And you chat.
Yeah. It's so good.
Interesting that you've never run with someone else before.
I will never run by myself again.
Oh my God, that's so outrageous.
Never.
No,
it's not worth it.
You can't go from one extreme to the other.
It's not worth it. I will always, I am
Lord.
now needy because I would like to run.
I've done a lot of running with friends. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's why I'm shocked. I think I've probably done more running with friends than on my own.
How have we never run together?
Look, we do a lot of fitness already.
Yeah. Thanks
What
for
do
the
you mean,
invite.
thanks? What? Excuse me?
Do you know what it is?
Miss, I tear my calf every time I run. Of course I'm not
Exactly.
going to encourage it.
Exactly.
When you told me you were going back to running, what did I say?
You said, yeah, but don't overdo it. And I was like, define overdoing it. And you said, how many times are you going to be running this week? And I was like, 3. And you were like, no. 2 is your max. And I listened to you, didn't I?
Yeah, and are you still listening to that?
Well, yeah, it was only once this week.
Oh, yay, good.
I haven't. Carlos, I actually haven't done 3 times a week since Nat schooled me. and I'm still running, and so I'm learning the art of balance.
Wow. Round of applause, everybody.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
This is a big step.
Yeah.
Jess is
It actually
learning
is.
balance.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
She's a good influence, this one.
I think I wasn't that brutal, was I? No, you're not. Was I?
No.
I think I was
firm but fair.
I said, no, I think what I said was, what happened last time you did that? And then you're like, I tore my calf or something. Yeah, it's going to happen again.
I've also changed my running style, but that's a chat for another day. How was your week then?
Cool. Good. It's actually been good. And I've actually got a bit of a story. And oh my God, I hope you laugh. Oh my God. Okay, so Jess and I see this amazing massage therapist called Brittany, and if you're looking for one, she's incredible. We can pass on the details. As long as you don't all go, because then we won't get a spot. Actually, we've got a spot already, so that's okay. Anyway, so had my massage on Wednesday, and she doesn't mind me saying this because I actually said to her straight after it happened, I was like, you know, that has to go on the podcast, and she listens. Okay, so we're probably 2/3 of the way, 40 minutes in, I get an hour. You get 90 minutes, eh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get an hour, and she literally screams like this, and then sorry, even louder, honestly. And I'm I'm lying down, so right in my ears. And then she screams, mouse, mouse! Honestly, it was like this. So I'm lying down and I'm on my back, because we start on my back because I've got a niggle in my knee. Anyway, I'm naked under the towel, right? I've got undies. That's it. So I think the mouse is on me at this point. I literally, when she says mouse, I visualize this mouse is running on my fucking towel. Oh my God. So I flick the whole fucking towel and I sit up. She jumps on the bed. Oh my God. And I'm like, oh no, I'm so sorry. I've just flashed you. And I'm like cracking up and shaking because I hate mice.
Same.
And so does she. So she's like
know.
low-key like tearing up a bit. Brittany, I love you. I really do. Anyway, so I'm like, so I get the towel, I put it around my tits, and then I'm like, Brittany, what do we do? And I went through like a panic mode. I was like, what do we do? And then I was like, calm your fucking farm. It's a mouse. But I think because she was so hyped, I was so hyped. And then, so anyway, and then I was like, actually, it's all right. It's actually more scared of us than we are of it. You know, that's what I'm thinking about. Anyway, she's like, I'm like, Brittany, we don't have to keep going. You know, like it's fine. It's fine. And I hadn't seen it at that point. So I'm like not that scared at that point. Anyway, so then she's like, no, it's fine. And then she tells me that she actually saw it a month ago, and she had a client that didn't care about mice and tried to go get it and didn't find it. So anyway, I'm like, you need to get traps. And then she's like, sis, look around. There's traps everywhere. And I was like, oh shoot, okay, this mouse is like smart or something. I don't know. Anyway, she's like, no, it's fine. It got a big fright. Like, did you hear us scream? Let's just carry on. It's going to be fine. So then I'm like, okay, as long as you're right with it. Okay, so I back down. And I don't actually remember what happened then because, I don't remember how long it went for because then she screams again. Maybe probably even 20 seconds. She's like, mouse! So then I sit up again. And she hops onto the bed, which I think is the funniest part, is the fact that we both like perched on this bed and we won't get off it. Like we just can't. God. So then we're like, and I'm like, okay, no, we can't keep going. Like this is like, I'm so not calm. Like my adrenaline is through the roof. I'm shaking and laughing because I was like cracking up as well. You know how I laugh in like stressful situations? Yeah. I couldn't stop laughing, but I was also shaking. And anyway, so she's like, you know what? I'm going to get Hoover from reception who doesn't mind them or whatever. So then I'm like, okay, well, what am I?
Should I get dressed?
No, she didn't like let me hang it, or she was like, and I'm going to give you your clothes and I'm going to put your clothes onto the bed and your shoes. She put the shoes on the bed.
Stay on that island.
No, as in like I was going to go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I was like, okay, so I'll get dressed. And then she was like, after you've dressed, we'll come in and this guy will help us out, will help me out. So I was like, okay, sweet. And then she's like, okay, next one's on me. And I was like, oh, honestly, I'm not even thinking about this, right? I'm just thinking about the fact that I just flashed you like multiple times. But anyway, I hope they were nice. And then I'm like, honestly getting dressed, I'm not even kidding. I'm like standing on the bed putting my shoes on because I am terrified to go on the floor and I see it freaking come out. So I scream and there's no one to comfort me. I'm like, ah! Like this, literally. I'm so sorry about I'm so sorry, it's so loud. Maybe we like bring them down or something. Anyway, so then I'm like, okay, I can just like hop off the bed and go straight to the door. But then my jacket and my phone and everything is like by the table. So I literally like grab everything and just run. And I'm out with like my bun is like to the side and I look like a freaking mess. Like I look like I'm just an absolute mess. And then I just leave. I was out. Left. I kind of like looked around and I was like, I look like shit. And I barely have my shoes on right now. I need to get into my car and pull my shit together.
Oh my God.
But how funny, right?
How big was this mouse?
Quite small.
But
excuse me, you don't like them either.
Well, no,
so
that's what I was going to say.
Minimise my feelings.
I'm not minimising it. You're the one who said small and then laughed. Oh, it wasn't me. But no, I'm terrified of my. I cannot stand. It freaks me out how low to the ground they are. That's what. So what? I don't like.
What do you mean?
I don't like snakes. I don't like lizards. It's the low to the ground and kind of
that makes no sense.
Well, it's impractical.
What do you
unless
mean?
you're cleaning the floor, why so low?
But how is that freaky?
It just freaks me out. It just things on the floor that kind of like,
no, I get that.
just
but
move, just kind of like.
I've never heard someone say it's just the fact that they're low to the floor for me.
Yeah, I do.
Like, is that a thing?
No, I really. Now the funny thing is that she told me that because we were talking about phobias, and I was like, I don't know, I have this like serious fear of, kind of mice and rats and just basically like lizards, like anything that's low to the ground. And she said, I'm really sorry to tell you this, but I have spotted a mouse in here before. And so that is very funny. And
was that this week she told you this?
No, this is a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I would say a couple of weeks ago. But the thing is that if you've ever had a massage with Brittany, and even after
I also
a
don't
long
want
time,
to,
she's so professional.
She is.
So that's what's so funny about this, is that she is so professional.
She was so apologetic, and I really don't want this to sound like she's not professional, so thank you for pointing that out. She's so professional. She's so good. That's why Jess has been seeing her for years. I've been seeing her
long
for
time.
2 years maybe.
Yeah.
How long have my hip's been injured for? And she's incredible.
Yeah.
Honestly, she is. So if you need to see one, highly recommend Brittany. But she'll sort out. The mouse will be gone by the time you see her.
Don't bring your pet rat along with you, because I don't think the massage is going to be that good. But it's hilarious. I love that you flashed her. Did she give you feedback?
She said, I didn't see it. I was like, yeah, whatever.
Come back, mouse, come back. Oh my goodness. And so how do you feel about your upcoming massage and having to go back into that room?
Oh, fun. Because, I'll ask her, I'll be like, is it, did you catch it?
Well, so that was the next conversation we had was, sort of like in terms of then pest control, the problem is that you're going to set traps
and then see it.
And then you have to do something with it.
Poison, because don't they go off and die? Sorry if you're vegan. Sorry.
Can I tell you something? Because I have gone through, kind of stages of veganism. I don't know if I've shared this on the podcast before, but so and ethically, I really love that philosophy. And I was going through a vegan stage when we lived in Dublin, and for some reason, it must have been sort of warmer weather, and for some reason, we ended up with maggots in I
have heard the story, I think.
In our sort of rubbish bin. But they must be attracted to warmth or light or something, because there was a trail of them from the rubbish bin to our front door. It was honestly like Greg and I had gone out for a date and we had a babysitter. Stop me if I've told this on the podcast before.
No, I think maybe it's just a mess.
So we went out. So we came home from this kind of like date night, and I was like, what is this? And it was a trail of maggots to the front door. And I was like, most disgusting thing. So Greg kind of went and got like a fly spray or whatever, and he sort of helped sort it out. Given that I was vegan, I was Googling, what's a vegan's position on maggots?
Oh my God, Jess, wouldn't you just go with common sense? What is it?
I did a lot of research, and I think there's kind of, varying sort of, but it's basically no harm. So it's not harming anything. And then I was,
So was it saying you must not kill them?
I just came across loads of different forums of kind of what vegans' position was on that, and how you can kind of like humanely deal with maggots, or, for some vegans, they're kind of like, maggots don't count, kill them.
But I think what matters more is what your stance was.
I didn't know. I would think I was just in such a state of shock. But
I think your stance is you didn't want them there.
No, I did not.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
yeah.
disgusting.
I guess, not necessarily you want to kill them, but you don't want them there.
Disgusting.
Yeah, so how do you feel about the mouse in the massage in Brittany's room? Would you want it killed? Are you vegan? No, you're not vegan at the moment. Actually, she's not. Yeah.
No.
Just recently.
Yeah.
Just said first.
Stay tuned. But how do I feel about going to get a massage knowing there's a mouse?
No. How do you feel about this mouse is going to get killed?
I mean, I didn't know it personally, so...
Okay, carry on.
Side note, I did watch a little thing on, kind of feral cats in the wild of New Zealand killing native birds.
Yeah.
That was kind of interesting. But our chat today is not about pest control.
Another thing, have you heard about Threads? Have you heard about Threads, Carlos?
As in off clothing?
The new thing that came out yesterday. It's a new social media app. Yeah.
Wow.
It's the new Twitter.
Tell us all about it. I can't wait.
Well, I thought I would mention it because it's so relevant. And listen, we've done a whole episode on pop culture. So
yes.
this is suitable.
Tell me all about it.
So it's
Sell it to me.
Okay, so you won't want it anyway. Okay. But I do think Babes Listen should have it.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
But I think Babes Listen should have a social media person.
Yeah.
I also think Babes Listen should provide our incomes full time. But anyway.
Applications open for social media.
Sponsors, or just sponsors first because we need to earn money first. Yeah.
Got ya. It's a whole
It needs to be like a bit of a full circle, yeah. Otherwise you just make a loss and then you can't actually survive this, especially a recession coming in.
Business 101 with Nat.
Yeah. Anyway, so Threads, you know Twitter. Both of you know Twitter, right?
Yes, I do. Yep.
Yes, okay. And Twitter belongs to Elon Musk, right? Yes.
Right.
Instagram, so Meta, Facebook, belongs to, what's his name? Mark Zuckerberg?
Yep.
Burger. Sorry, my brain does weird things sometimes. And have you heard that they've had a bit of a thing where they want to get into a cage and fight each other?
No. Did you know this?
Yeah, they're literally they're going to get into a cage and fight each other. I think they're going to train up for it.
Oh, like actual?
Yeah, for real.
Fun.
But like because they don't like it, they don't see eye to eye.
Okay.
Which I think is like the most immature thing in the world. But anyway, like it's a bit weird, right? Like, can you imagine if I was like to this, I don't know, PTA joint, like, let's get into a cage and just have a go, eh? Let's go.
It's like when you've got young kids and you're like, use your words.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
your
Just be an adult. Anyway, okay, so you've got Twitter here, and so Meta by Mark has come up with a new app called Threads, and it's basically the Twitter. New Twitter. So it's just words. You can post like videos and photos and stuff, but it's like kind of like the verbal version or the words version of Instagram. Yeah. And it was released at 11 a.m. yesterday in New Zealand.
Wow.
And yesterday morning in the boot camp was telling us all about it, and none of us cared because we didn't realize it would be such a big thing. And he's like, I'm trying to get into this now. And you tried on our account, on Babes Listen account, tried on Train with the NSC, tried on all my accounts, and only my own account worked and went into the waiting list or whatever. Yeah.
Sounds very exclusive.
Now it's not exclusive. Now anyone can join, but I think it was just to be the first to have it. And anyway, so yeah. So it went nuts last night. Nuts. I was on there for too long.
Are we on it, Babes Listen?
No, we're not, but I did think about creating it right there and then I thought I should sleep.
Sleep is important.
But I think you would be good at this because you're so great with words. You can literally say anything. It felt like last night people were just being fun and speaking their minds and not bullying each other, not like the real Twitter. You know, like how Twitter's quite ruthless. Like people come off it because it's so ruthless. Yeah.
The only thing I know about Twitter is that you tweet.
Yeah.
And Trump is a fan. But I think he got booted off it or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the Instagram version pretty much. But it just just everything, like even like it just was fun and light and cute. Like it felt cute. It did. That's the best way I can describe it.
But what would I say?
Anything that's on your mind.
Right.
We can chat about it later.
I mean, I like a challenge. My issue is, kind of consistency. You know, so I get excited.
True.
And then, I'll do it for a couple of weeks and then poof.
But then would you come back to it? No, probably not like that.
Maybe.
Maybe? Okay.
Maybe.
Well, that's okay with me. I'm okay with you going in and out. Dip and dip out.
In and out.
Dip in, dip out.
In and out.
That could be taken the wrong.
don't really know what to
Anyway,
do
what's
with
the
that.
topic? I've forgotten. What is it?
You've forgotten what the topic
I'm so
is.
sorry.
Well, so the topic is not pest control and it's not social media, but it is a topic that came up for me a couple of weeks ago from an experience that I thought I would share, and I'm sure that I'm not the only person who's gone through this.
Tell us.
Right. So I ordered online a couple of pairs of workout leggings.
Yes.
Right. And I am usually size small in this particular brand. And so it was another brand and I ordered small as well because I was kind of like, well, surely they'd be pretty consistent in their sizing. I do what I always do, which is kind of like rip off the tags and put it in my drawer.
Which I don't understand, first of all. But anyway, she literally does that before she tries it on. So then she can't return it if she doesn't like it. Anyway.
Yeah. I don't like to muck about. So anyway, well, I learnt my lesson from this. So then I was like, I'll wear those leggings today. And I put them on and they were too small. And I was like, damn. And then so I went and got the other ones. I bought 2 pairs. I bought the other ones, different style.
Yeah.
Same thing again, too small. So 2 things. Online ordering, that's the downside, right?
Yeah.
And yes, I should have kept the tags on, tried it on and gone, I need to return it and switch for a bigger size. However, I also have the added complexity of having had an eating disorder.
Yeah.
And having been a model where if that situation happened and you tried something on and you were too big for it, that was like very bad for your career. So I would say that was an incredibly triggering experience for me.
Yeah.
And I went into a little bit of a kind of, my head initially went, well, I need to, like I've obviously put on weight and I need to restrict, I need to start restricting, I need to get smaller, just like old kind of thought patterns, right?
Yeah.
And so wasn't feeling very good about myself. This happened 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
And I was walking along to record the podcast with Nat and I said, listen, I've had this experience this morning. It was kind of triggering. And Nat had some incredibly helpful advice, which I have learned is when this situation happens that if I talk to other people about it, then I don't go down this rabbit hole of old unhealthy behaviours. But I wondered if you wanted to kind of share what you had told me. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Word for word. No, just kidding.
You'll probably remember it better than me. What? No, I'll remember. I'm sure I will. Because I remember you telling me, and yes, I do remember. And obviously, I remember saying the fact that you're talking about it is already such, a big change to where you would have been back when you were a model, right? And
or even 6 months, a year ago, I would say. Maybe a year ago.
High five.
Thanks.
That's amazing. That's so good. Yeah, so I remember saying that's the fact that you're talking about it to your trusted people. Obviously, you're not going to Facebook.
Or talk about it on a podcast.
Oh, wait, what? We're here.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, anyway, so I think what I said was, just return them. And then I've cut the tags off. And then I was like, did I say you shouldn't change we don't need to change to fit into the clothes need to fit us.
Yes.
Is that what I said? Yeah.
This was Nat's, kind of like very wise moment, and she, you said actually, throw those tights away.
Yeah.
No piece of clothing is worth making you feel like you're not good enough.
Yeah.
Throw them in the bin.
I did tell you. I was chuck them out.
So you
I
rip
don't care how much
the tags off, throw them in the bin.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. Don't hold on to those and
wait until you're small enough for this stupid thing. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so that, I must say, was incredibly helpful and I think helped me to not get into a very unhealthy thinking pattern of I'm not good enough. This is the tights have kind of given me an insight that I'm not good enough. Therefore, I need to get smaller to fit them. And so that kind of broke that, thankfully. It got me thinking about then, in what ways other than trying to fit into clothing that's too small, for example, do I maybe adjust and try and fit into situations?
Like other areas of your life.
Other areas of my life. But it got me thinking sort of more broadly as a podcast topic, which is, kind of what is this whole fitting in thing, not just with clothing, but like the ways and the times where we tend to change who we are to be okay for certain environments.
Yeah.
So just so we're all on the same page, here is the definition of fitting in. If you fit into a particular group, you seem to belong there because you are similar to the other people in it. So that's kind of what I wanted to explore a little bit more, was sort of this, just the ways in which we might change who we are to be okay for certain environments or certain groups. And I guess kind of thinking a little bit more about why do we do that? Like, why are we motivated to do that? And what I've come up with is that people are born with a need to belong for a sense of connection with others and to create a support system. So by having a sense of belonging to others, individuals have better coping mechanisms for dealing with challenges. These connections allow people to share successes and experience greater happiness. And there's a really cool Swedish proverb, and if you've never heard it, you're so welcome. It goes, shared joy is a double joy. Shared sorrow is half sorrow.
Wow.
Yeah. Have you never heard that?
No.
It's so powerful. So basically it's saying that if something good in your life happens and you share that with other people, it expands and it gets bigger. When something tough happens, something sad, and you share that with others, it lessens the sorrow.
Wow.
Yeah, which is very, very cool. So belonging is a psychological need. If you're familiar with sort of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, it kind of says that at the base it's like shelter, so food, water, so physical safety, and then it is, sort of like social stuff, family, friends, connection. So it's very, very important. And if someone does not feel a sense of belonging, it negatively impacts their mental health and sense of well-being. So it's really important. But here's what's most important. There is a difference between fitting in and belonging.
Right.
So, which is a very interesting topic.
What's the difference?
Well, so the difference is...
Wait, would it be, can I guess?
Yes, absolutely.
Fitting in, would it be... Oh, no, I'm probably totally off. But, like, fitting in, is it like when you actually change yourself to fit in, but belonging is... like a natural, like state. No, not state, but something.
Listen, it's like you've read ahead.
Really?
Very good.
Really?
So I'm very into quotes today, but this one's from Brené Brown, and she has been quoted as saying, belonging is being accepted for you. Fitting in is being accepted for being like everyone else.
Ka-ching!
So,
wow.
Kind of like what you said, where fitting in expects, this is not Brené Brown, but where fitting in expects you to fit your environment, belonging is trusting that your environment will naturally come to fit you.
Wow, yeah, that's quite, yeah.
That's cool, eh?
Yeah, said much, much better than how I said it.
I don't know. I think you're on the right track. So what I wanted to ask you then was...
Yes. Here it is.
So I kind of, this came from the example of trying to fit into tights that were too small for me.
Have you been them?
I will this evening.
Yes!
I will this evening. Yeah, burn those
I did say,
babes.
I know, sustainability. I did say you pass them on to someone, but then it's like the whole, like you're holding on to them. So that's why I was like, just bin them.
Maybe I pass them on to someone, but not someone who's going to work out in Les Mills. So I see them and I go, oh.
Could have been me.
Could have been me.
Yeah.
I'll pass them on to some child.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like we are the shape that And I said this to you. I was like, you do not need to change. You do not need to change anything about your body, you know? And those damn tights are not it. Like, they don't need to be on you, on me. They're not going to go on me if they're not going on you. Like, let's be honest. But you know what I mean? Like, they don't deserve to have a space in your drawer. See you later.
No, they don't.
Bye, Felicia.
No, they don't. And more kind of problematically, which is what I said to you, is that so I am in the fitness industry, and the types of classes that I teach require strength, mobility, flexibility, but fitness, like cardiovascular fitness. When I restrict, it impacts my performance.
Yeah.
So I was kind of in this moment, you know, sort of in my closet going, okay, so I need to get smaller. Then I'm like, but then that's going to impact my performance.
Yeah.
And I want to get fitter and stronger. So what do I choose? And it actually felt like
You were choosing.
a very, very tough decision.
Yeah.
Do I choose getting smaller, fitting into the tights, and in that way kind of feeling good enough because I'm small enough for them? Or do I choose continuing to eat well, train, and improve performance? It's crazy kind of saying this stuff out loud. Like,
Well, it's not, though. Like, I think a lot of people will relate. The other thing to think about is, you know, if you choose to go down the path of being small enough for the tights, to fit into the tights, that whole path will be awful. And when you get there, you won't even feel good enough. You know what I mean?
this is a very, very good point. And it's not the first time you've said it to me.
Okay.
No, but I mean, it's a really, really
yeah.
powerful thing. So can you say that again? Because I honestly think it's so.
I just want to hug you.
No, but for someone like me who struggles with this stuff, and
yeah.
I'd say I have a bad combo. You know, I had anorexia. I was then a model. My worth, my career, my survival, my income depended on me being very small measurements.
And small enough for the clothes that they give you.
Always too small for the clothes. And so it feels like I'm going to be voted off the island, lose my contract.
Yeah.
Whenever I have an experience where my clothes feel tight or I feel like I've put on a little bit of weight, you know, it's tough. It's a tough kind of mental
But I know
game
you
for
say
me.
it sounds crazy when you say it out loud, but it's not, though, because those are just feelings that are coming back to you from, you know, it's just the same, that feeling comes rushing, you know, and you're like, I need to choose. But yeah, what I said, though, was just if she, you know, how you were like, you're balancing between fitting into the tights or restricting, or eating well and improving your fitness and your strength. The eating well and improving your fitness and your strength, you'll be happy through this state because you'll be eating enough calories to, you know, to perform and to think and to just function in day to day. But the journey to fit into the tights wouldn't give you that. So it'll be an awful journey. But even when you get there, because you're like, you know, like when you're restricting that much, you don't feel good about yourself. So even when you get there, you won't feel good enough.
It's true. It's true.
You fit them, but Carlos! He just
Carlos.
said you fit them, but you won't belong.
Jeez, he's good, isn't
Do you know what?
he?
Is there any way we can have your microphone so people can hear it?
Can actually hear. Oh my God, we need to do that.
Like,
we need
can we
to
do
do
that
that.
from now on? I think people, like, when you say these little things, I just want them to hear it from your voice, not mine saying it again, because it's so much better. Yeah.
The delivery is so good and it's so well timed.
Yeah.
But you're on the wrong side of the glass today, Carlos.
No, but like, if you turn it on, let's do that next time. Next time, because I think it's so
Let's
good.
definitely do that.
So. Well, that's a great way to wrap it up there, Carlos. Yeah. So, mate, your next question is going to be, when have I felt like I don't fit in? Sorry. Was it? You're looking at me like, time for you to share, sis.
I guess on that note then, this belief that you have, this understanding, have you always had it? Has it been a journey to get to this place where you understand that if you were to control what you eat and try and get a smaller body shape, that you end up smaller maybe, but you're miserable when you get there? Like, has that come from experience, or it's just kind of for you, you're sort of like, just kind of makes sense to me?
Oh, no, probably not like that. I've never had a eating disorder, so I've never gone to like an extreme of, I guess, to the point where I couldn't, restricting. I've restricted. I have before, for sure. I have. Like, I don't, but I wouldn't put myself in the category of having an eating disorder. I think I've struggled with binging before, and I've talked to you about this before, but nothing, I don't think, to the extreme where I suppose maybe needed help. I don't know what, like, where'd you draw the line? It's a spectrum, right? I think we've said this on the podcast before. We've all struggled with body image. Like, I believe everybody has at some point in time, but no, I've definitely felt like I need to fit into that dress or fit into that pair of jeans, for example. I definitely felt like that. I don't remember when this happened, but for example, I never liked the way jeans looked on me, especially because they used to be low rise, right?
Ugh.
And I've always had hips and I've always had a butt. And no, the other thing is, like, I get people asking me how I got it.
How you got your butt?
Yeah, like what exercises to do, and I'm like, sis, it's genetics.
Yeah.
So don't like, I've got nothing to sell you here.
Yeah.
But also, like, just work out and you'll be great. Anyway, so I just remember deciding, I think it was like maybe a trend where like tights that kind of looked like jeans. When was this? That it was like kind of like fashion to wear. So it was more like stretchy jeans. What is that noise? It's a dog.
Oh, wow.
It's like, I was like, is someone like screaming out there?
Yeah.
Because
It was random, eh?
is there a mouse? No, just kidding.
It is on theme, though. We have been talking about animals.
Yeah. Don't worry, I actually don't mind at all, but I just want to make sure that they're all okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'll carry on while he checks on the doggo.
Animal welfare.
Yeah. So those tights. Like, have you ever, tights that there was a bit of a trend or fashion where they were more stretchy and it wasn't just like your good old denim,
Yes, they were very, very thin.
Yes, yeah. And I remember being like, I feel so much better in those. So just making a decision that I would never go back to jeans. Yeah, like I was like, my body's not made for jeans.
Hold on. So do you not wear jeans now at all?
No.
I've never noticed. I've never noticed.
I don't have.
What about...
I've got one pair that I never ever wear, but that's the only pair that I feel good at. Everything else has gone to my mum, to be honest.
Yeah.
'Cause my mum is 20 and she swims in everything anyway. But everything that I don't fit, I give to my mum because she rocks in them. But that's the only pair that I feel good in, and I might wear them maybe like once a year or something crazy. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, honestly, not the most comfortable piece of clothing
that's the
you
other
can
thing.
wear.
I hate when you're out
we've all
for
been
dinner.
duped.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I really
Fuck
do.
the jeans.
Yeah, skinny jeans, not comfortable.
Yeah, like I hate being out for dinner and you're like, you've got loose jeans.
Trackies, all the way.
And like I'm bloated, right? And the jeans are so uncomfortable. Wear the tight version. You like the stretchy version.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I have baggy jeans.
Yeah, see, when it's on trend, that's cool, which it is now.
Yeah.
But when skinny jeans were on trend, I don't think it would have been all good. Well, not all good. You wear whatever the hell you want. But, I like fashion, so.
But like when skinny jeans were kind of on trend, I was like modelling and stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I was
there
kind
you
of.
go. Yeah.
I was, sort of.
Yeah, so no, I don't wear jeans.
And I'm quite tall as well.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I'm short. I don't have long legs. Jeans I just don't think are made for me.
I mean, you learn something new every day. Like I genuinely have never noticed that you never wear jeans. Mind you,
so many years.
we also most of the time
live in
we see
tights.
each other.
Yeah, but when we go out for dinner, I
Yeah.
never wear jeans.
I just thought you were just real classy.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, that's honestly what I thought. I was like, she's French. She's too classy for jeans. Jeans, so working class. Anyway. So
No, it's a rule for me.
yeah, so I guess just just back to kind of the difference between fitting in and belonging, because I do think it's a really important difference to understand.
Yeah.
Here are some sort of questions to ask yourself if you're trying to fit into an environment or a group and you're thinking, is this going to give me a sense of belonging, or am I trying to fit in and change who I am to be a part of it? So questions to ask yourself. What do you have in common with them? Yeah. How do you feel when you're with them? That's important.
That's probably one of the most important. How do they make you feel?
Yeah. And that's honestly what I love about being in the fitness industry is I really feel like I can be myself.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not too serious. You can be an absolute goober.
Yeah.
And it's actually normal.
Yeah. Find your tribe. To what extent do you feel like you have to hide or change what you think or do to be accepted by them?
Yeah, you shouldn't need to,
Can you relax around them, or do you feel like you have to be careful what you do or say? Do you find yourself pretending? Do the people in this group bring out the best of you or the worst of you?
Ooh, that's a big one too.
If you were upset about something, how would they react? How do the people in this group usually treat each other? That's important.
Like if they bitch to you about the others, I can tell you right now they're doing the same about you.
Yeah, you are not immune.
Special. Yeah.
You are not immune to that. Also, I always kind of thought with like dating as well, although I didn't really apply this until probably Greg, but like how do they treat other people? How, especially like if you're going like on a date and you're going for a dinner or something, how do they treat the wait
waiter.
staff?
Yeah,
that's really important. The other thing is sort of like, do they have friends? What
That's
are
a
their
big
friends
one.
like?
Yes, and also, do they change when they're around their friends?
Oh yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
like you're like, whoa, I don't recognize this guy.
Yep.
You're so different when you're around your friends. Yeah, I can tell you right now that's going to carry on when you're not there.
Yep.
Look at me, I'm so like sinister right now.
I love it.
If they're bitching about you, I can tell you. Anyway, carry on.
The sass is doesn't usually come out until she's had a couple of drinks.
Does it? Oh yeah, Sasha comes out, that's true.
Last but definitely not least is, do you like who you are when you're with them?
Yeah.
That's
Like,
going to take some good self-reflection though.
Yeah, and like think about your values.
Yeah.
You know, would I normally be a bitch to someone? No, then I shouldn't hang around with these people because they make me a bitch. I mean, maybe it's a you problem though. Maybe it's not the group. Not the group.
Have you been in like an environment where you're sort of like, I don't really fit in. I kind of have to. Oh, do share.
Sis, so much. So much. I especially as a PT, I think I'm, you know, like you kind of become friends with your clients and all that. Like, you know, not all of them, obviously, but I've got some quite cool friendships. I have, or even not even to do with PT, like even before that, uni. Actually, uni's a big one. I never really felt like I fit in with the extra wealthy people because they just didn't, like we were just on a whole other wavelength. So, and, you know, like I went to uni with some like wealthy people, you know, with trust funds and all that, which is great. And I've got some really good friends, you know, that I still hang out with. But when it was just me and say that one person, it would be so great and fine and we would be great friends. But when I would join their friend group, I didn't belong. I didn't feel like I belonged.
Okay.
Because maybe it was a me thing though. Like maybe I just felt like I wasn't wearing designer clothes and I wasn't, like the things that they complained about weren't the things that I complained about. So I couldn't relate and they probably didn't relate with me. So, but maybe it was a me thing, I don't know. But I never felt like, I just remember thinking, I don't feel good when I'm with that group of friends.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to hang out with them. Probably not that quickly.
That's smart though, isn't it? Just going, it's not my tribe.
Yeah. But I just remember, like, I had some quite cool friendships with just like say, for example, a girl who I went to uni with, and we were such good friends, but I just never felt like I belonged when I was with all her friends. But when it was just her and I, we were so on the same level, you know. And I did, like, it's not like that I care that she has a heap of money or whatever. Like, and she talked about it and all that, and I talked about my side of things and stuff, and that was great. It was just when I was in the group that I just felt like, I guess as a group, what they talked about was different to what we talked about. Like, you'd have like deep and meaningfuls with your friend, but not with the group. Yeah. That's one I can think of.
But that's smart to just kind of go, actually, I'm not really enjoying who I am around this group. I don't really feel that comfortable, and, you know, kind of I
was kind of like a nobody. Not nobody, but like when in that situation, I just kind of go internal.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just like, oh, I'm just going to, you know, like Homer Simpson's, like blend in and the hedges. Can you see me now? I'm gone, nobody see me.
What about with the fitness industry? Your first experience with the fitness industry, how did you feel?
First experience, I would have been in high school, and I was just like a member to Lesnill's classes in Gisborne and loved it. Like, I was hooked from them. Yeah, loved it. And they were all so kind and so lovely, and I just thought that what they did was the coolest thing in the world. Fitness in Wellington.
When you actually started to work in the industry.
Yeah, so that was in Wellington. Like, my mentor was awesome. She was so lovely. And I don't think I was there long enough to really make good friends, and I was so young. Like, I was 18, I think. Was I 18 or 19? Anyway, I was quite young, so like shy, and you know, like, I wasn't in a state to make friends. Moving to Christchurch, I've said this before on the podcast, I didn't feel like I fitted in at all because there was such a cliquey. And I've put it down to the earthquakes and the fact that the Christchurch community has gone through so much. It was so like I was a threat to everyone, not just to everyone, to the girls. Yeah.
Because when did you come to Christchurch again?
Okay, let me have a think.
Well, it was not it was post-earthquake because you came for a job opportunity that
What's now? Oh,
2023.
It can't be 10 years.
Well, just let Nat do the maths.
It cannot.
Just chat amongst yourselves.
Maybe 9 years ago.
She's going to get those details. She's going to know them.
Shush. You're taking the piss out of me because I'm a details person.
Anyway, the point is that
9 years ago.
The earthquakes were incredibly destabilising, and you know, Les Mills Christchurch lost the you know, kind of the place where they could actually teach. So yes, that makes sense.
Get it. I understand. Yeah, but I was a threat in terms of like taking someone's spot, or like someone's class. Like, you know, when you can just sense it, they're like, don't come to my class. Don't team teach with me. No.
Ooh, that's harsh.
Yeah. Or no, they never said it like to my face like that. But you know, you can feel it. You're like, oh, I'm not really welcome here. And just a threat to like, I remember just feeling like, does she think I'm going to steal her boyfriend or something? Like, because the vibe was so off, you know? But like, I was a single young girl, so whatever.
Do you think it would have been different if you'd come into this industry at the age you are at now?
I think it would have been different had I not been single.
Oh, interesting.
In terms of that?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, no, because I think you're more of a threat in the fitness industry when you're younger. Like, quote mark threat. I don't see younger people as threats to me at all. But you know what I mean, though? Like, because fitness is like youth, right?
Yeah.
Especially when you think of like the things that we do. You do need to be quite mobile and strong and fit and whatever.
You do.
Yeah. So I think, yes, had I been older, much less of a threat probably, but also had I been not single, because I do remember feeling like just being really wary of not like making it look like I was talking to this girl's boyfriend or this girl's boyfriend or whatever, because I was like, I don't want your boyfriend. Sorry, but I really don't.
Sounds like a lot to navigate. When did you start to feel like you weren't trying to fit in or you didn't fit in, and when did you start to feel like you actually belonged?
Not
the exact day.
I'm just trying to think. No, I'm not thinking of things that day, little shit. I'm trying to think of, because I think it would have been when I would have made a friendship that it would have been like that, like, I can't remember. 9 years ago, it's ages ago. But I think it would have been when I made like a friendship. Because you know when you've got like your buddy, like you're my buddy, you're my work buddy, you know? Like I feel like it wouldn't be the same for me if you weren't here.
Oh, honestly, our friendship was like love at first sight.
Yeah. We kissed and everything.
No, it really was. I was walking down the stairs. I've said this before, but Nat was like, because we had our pictures kind of posted on the Facebook group if we were new instructors.
I love that you say this story.
Nat, said, oh, I've seen your photo on Facebook and, like you're new. And she was so friendly and warm and lovely. And I was just like, oh my gosh, she's so lovely.
Oh.
And I liked her straight away. And then we got to know each other. And then I took the piss out of her one day and she just laughed. And I was like, we're going to be really good friends. Yeah. Yeah.
That's so fun. I love that you say the story because it obviously has stayed with you and it really warms my heart.
Which part? The part that you were nice or the part that about me taking the piss out of you?
The both, maybe.
Yeah. I would say consistently my friends are two things are probably what I look for in friends. Kindness. I think that's the most important quality that anyone can have, not just towards me, but a kind person generally. And it has to be someone I can be real silly with.
Yes.
Like I have to be, they have to have a very juvenile sense of humour.
Yeah.
And so,
If I think about it, it's probably when I was in the relationship with Essie, which sounds quite sad. Because
all of a sudden you were safe. You weren't a threat anymore.
But it's true though. And I think also all of a sudden I wasn't out to take someone's boyfriend, you know. So I think that's when. Yeah, and also because Essie was my PT for a long time, and then there was a gap, and then we got together after that. Just feel like
emphasis on gap. There was a gap.
There was a gap. Because he was married, and there was a gap. Yeah. But when he was PTing me, we weren't friends at all. So at the staff party, he would legit not avoid me, but he would just kind of hey and just ignore me. But that's also comes down to his past relationship. He was with somebody that was very jealous, so he was doing that on purpose. And then, I found that out when we got together, and I was like, well, mate, I had no mates. And you were the only person I, really knew because you're my PT, and you literally didn't hang out with me. And he feels quite bad about it to this day.
The good thing is you've always got that on him.
Yeah, I should bring it up more.
Yeah, use it to your advantage. Use what you can.
Remember that time when you ignored me and I was all by myself?
So just to kind of wrap this up in a bow, Nat has a sense of belonging within the fitness industry now. Yes. So
do you?
Absolutely. But my experience is a bit different in that I was your age when I started.
Like my age now.
29.
Yeah.
29 when I started. I had 2 children and a baby daddy. And so I was probably not particularly threatening. But no, randomly, I actually worked on reception in a really big gym in London when I lived there way before I'd met Greg and had the kids. And I felt like I belonged there.
Oh, that's cool.
I felt like this is
full circle.
This kind of culture is sort of, I feel like I can be myself. And so, and then I started sort of teaching, more so in Dublin. And I always felt a sense
that's awesome.
It was my tribe.
Aww.
These crazy people are my people.
Yeah.
And
I love it.
Yeah, and so I do, and I really love my industry for that. Our industry.
Yeah.
I love fitness for it being a place where I really do feel like people can really be themselves. Yeah. So
what a beautiful way to wrap it up, sis.
That's all I got.
Well, that's all I've got too. I feel like I talked heaps. Thank you so much for listening, my friends. Follow us on Instagram and Threads soon. Make sure you get Threads. It's the new hot thing. Bye.